Good morning to all. I am Sonakshi Majumdar. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to teach you class 6th SST Geography. Chapter 6 Major Landforms of the Earth. So be ready. You must have visited some of the landforms features as illustrated in the figure 6.1. You can easily see that the surface of the earth is not the same everywhere. There is an infinite variety of landforms on the earth. Some parts of the lithosphere may be rugged and some flat. These landforms are formed as a result of two processes. You will be surprised to know that the ground you are standing on is slowly moving. Within the earth, a continuous movement is taking place. This is the first process known as the internal process. It leads to the upliftment and sinking Earth's surface at various places. The second process, known as external process, is the continuous wearing down and rebuilding of the land surface. The wearing away of the Earth's surface is termed as erosion. The surface is being lowered by the process of erosion and rebuilt by the process of deposition. Running water, ice, and wind are responsible for these two processes. Broadly, we can group different landforms depending on elevation and slope as mountains, plateaus, and plains. Any natural elevation of the Earth's surface is termed as a mountain. The mountains may have a small summit and a broad base. It is considerably higher than the surrounding area. Some mountains are even higher than the clouds. As we go higher, the climate becomes colder. Some mountains contain permanently frozen rivers of ice. They are termed as glaciers. There are some mountains which cannot be seen by us as they are under the sea. Due to very harsh climate, less people live in the mountain areas. Since the slopes are steep, less land is available for farming. The arrangement of mountain in a line is known as range. Several mountain systems consist of a series of parallel ranges that extend over hundreds of kilometers. The Himalayas, the Alps, and the Andes are the mountain ranges of Asia, Europe, and South America. Heights and shape of different mountains vary. There are three types of mountains: fold mountains, block mountains, and the volcanic mountains. Examples of fold mountains are the Himalayan mountains and the Alps. These are young fold mountains with rugged relief and high conical peaks. One of the oldest fold mountain system is in the world is the Aravalli Range in India. Due to the processes of erosion, the range has considerably worn down. The Appalachian in North America and the Ural Mountains in Russia have rounded features and low elevation. They are very old fold mountains. Breaking and displacement vertically of large areas create block mountains. The uplifted blocks are known as horst and the lowered blocks are known as graben. Examples of such mountain system are the Rhine Valley and the Vosges Mountain in Europe. Volcanic mountains are created due to volcanic activity. Examples of this type of mountains are Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa and Mount Fujiyama in Japan. Mountains are very useful. The mountains are a storehouse of water. Several rivers have their source in the glaciers in the mountains. Reservoirs are made and the water is harnessed for the use of people. Water from the mountains is also used for irrigation and generation of hydroelectricity. The river valleys and terraces are ideal for cultivation of crops. A rich variety of flora and fauna. Flora means different types of plants, and fauna means different types of animals, are found in mountains. The forests provide fuel, fodder, shelter, and other products such as gum, resins, etc. Mountains also provide an idyllic site for tourists. They visit the mountains for their scenic beauty. There are many sports such as paragliding, hang gliding, river rafting, which are popular in the mountains. Plateaus. An elevated flat land is termed as a plateau. It is a flat topped tableland standing above the surrounding area. A plateau may have one or more sides which steep slopes. The height of plateaus often differs from few hundred meters to several thousand meters. Plateaus, such as mountains, may be young or old. One of the oldest plateaus in India is the Deccan Plateau, the East African Plateau in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, and the Western Plateau of Australia are other examples. The highest plateau in the world is the Tibet Plateau. Its height of 4,000 to 6,000 meters above the main sea level. Plateaus are very useful because they are rich in mineral deposits. This is the reason many of the mining areas in the world are located in the plateau areas. The African plateau is famous for gold and diamond mining. In our country, huge reserves of iron, coal, and manganese are found in the Chotanagpur plateau. There may be several waterfalls as the river falls from a great height in the plateau areas. Examples of such waterfalls found in our country are the Hundru Falls in the Chotanagpur Plateau on the river Subarnarekha and the Jog Falls in Karnataka. The lava plateaus are rich in black soil. Black soil are fertile and good for cultivation. Several plateaus have scenic spots and are of great attraction to tourists. Plains. Large stretches of flat land are termed as plains. They are generally not more than 200 meters above mean sea level. Some plains are extremely level, others may be slightly rolling and undulating. Most of the plains are formed by rivers and their tributaries. The rivers flow down the slopes of mountains and erode them. The eroded material are carried forward by them. They also deposit their load consisting of stones, sand, and silt along their courses and in their valleys. Plains are formed from these deposits. Generally, plains are very fertile. Construction of transport network is easy in such plains. These are the reasons these plains are very thickly populated. Regions of the world. Some of the largest plains that are formed by the rivers are found in Asia and North America. For example, in Asia, these plains are formed by the Ganga and the Brahmaputra in India and the Yangtze in China. Plains are the most useful areas for human habitation. The concentration of people in plains are great as more flat land is available for building houses as well as for cultivation. Due to the availability of fertile soils, the land is highly productive for cultivation. In India too, the Indo-Gangetic plains are the most densely populated regions. Landforms and the people. Humans have been living on various kinds of landforms in different ways. In mountainous areas, life is very difficult. On the other hand, much better conditions are provided by plains. It is easy to grow crops, build a house or a road in a plain than a mountain. Sometimes widespread destruction is caused by different natural calamities such as earthquake, volcanic eruption, storms, and floods. In these calamities, huge loss of life and property takes place. Risk can be lowered by creating awareness about such incidences. You may find out from your own surroundings in how many ways we use the land and water. Quite often, we use the land in a wasteful manner. For example, constructing houses on a fertile land. Similarly, we throw garbage on land or in water, making them dirty. We should avoid using such important gifts of nature in a careless manner. The available land is not only for our use, it is our duty to make the earth a better place for future generations as well. So that's all for today. This chapter is completed. Your homework is to do book reading of this chapter. Okay, I will send you the PDF. You can complete your notes, write in good handwriting. Next chapter I will explain in my next video. Till then, bye, take care, thank you.